The mind is calm, just as the water is calm, you can see the depth of the water. Similarly, when the mind is calm, you get access to that spiritual splendor and power, which is your birthright, which is your nature. And then manifests as intentions and thoughts and words and actions. Brahman is waiting to express like that. At this point, because of the cloud, that is all distorted. Brahman is manifesting even now, but it is a distorted manifestation. As suffering, dukkha, suffering. But if you have this understanding, when the mind is calm, isn't it? When you put a stone on a growing plant, let us say, the stone will grow this way, that way, some which way it has to grow. So similarly, we have been all distorted consciousness, perverted desires. Not that your desires are all over. Even when you sit in meditation, you seem that there is no desire. Desire is expressing in some other way. It becomes perverted desire. It looks very holy, but deep down it's all unholy. And we all know that. From outside you look a very beautiful person, isn't it? But if somebody has an access to your inside, you are a totally different person. And you say, I never expected this. While I was courting this man was Lord Rama, like Rama. After marrying him, my God, he has become a Ravana. At that time I did not know. So we have this double life. Outside something, inside something. And inside we are trying to suppress all the time. And as a result, you become sick also. All our illnesses are because of the inner conflict. If there is no inner conflict, there is no reason for you to be sick. But unfortunately, in the process of growing, this is what is understood as growing now. That suppressing, we are not able to express. The whole civilization has become a block on our natural expression. Maybe that's why Gandhi said civilization is an illness, sickness, it's a carbuncle. It's a carbuncle. That's how we are growing now. So we are paying for this civilization in terms of illnesses, psychological and physical and social illnesses. That's how we are paying. So we need a new civilization where we are not suppressing our natural impulses, where there is a space for all of us to be ourselves. So one has to keep the mind calm. We should have a value for that. When the mind is calm, while you are interacting with the world, please understand, it is not a calmness in the burial ground or in the caves of the Himalayas. There anybody can become calm. We have to be calm while you are facing a near and dear one passes away, let us say, or we lost our money, or somebody pickpocketed us. Many things can happen. Under such circumstances, the mind should be calm. Everything a hoary donkey, your mind can be calm, because the sediment settles down, deep down. You have to be disturbed. Somebody has to call you a foolish person. Then you know how foolish you are. Immediately you react, that means you are a foolish person. Somebody says you are a donkey, immediately you hit him by the hind leg. Meaning what? Only donkey is hit by the hind leg, isn't it? So you are proving he is right. Please look at this, these kind of things. If you look at life in this way, life becomes a very joyous experience. Every experience is a learning experience for you. Every experience. So keep the mind calm while you are interacting with the world, while you are driving, while you are discussing $1 million business, while you are in the bedroom or a boardroom, wherever you are, the kitchen, wherever you are. The mind should be calm. The calm mind has the benefit of enjoying the spirit. The spirit will manifest in manifold ways in the calm mind. So these were the three fundamental principles of Bhagavad Gita. There are people who have studied Bhagavad Gita whole life and taught also. But still they are not able to keep their mind calm. They don't enjoy the blessedness of the spirit. They only talk about it. Just words. Words and more words, and polluting the atmosphere. Louder words. Again polluting the atmosphere. They don't have the benefit, the privilege of enjoying the presence of the spirit. It has to be enjoyed. It has to be. So people say, oh, you are left to the world, you are a sannyasi, I pity you. You don't have to pity sannyasis. They are enjoying. Theirs is the maximum enjoyment. You are not enjoying. You are only suffering. You are living in that dukkha, that little space. Dukkha means limited space, suffocating space. Sukha means limitless space. Sukham, sushtukham, plenty of space. You can move around, you can dance. The other person is suffocated because there is no space. This is self-created suffocation. Not that there is no space. It's your own mind create that suffocation. So here is the great benefit of enjoying the power and the bliss of the spirit, which is denied to you because the disturbances the mind while you are engaging in the world. Because you have to interact with the world for the spirit to manifest. Otherwise it will not manifest. It's like pressing a piece of the chandan. You press it more, the fragrance will come, isn't it? Similarly, you have to actively interact. Even at the old age, you have to interact with the world. Like a Bhishma. Bhishma was lying on the bed of arrows. Life was ebbing away from him. And he was waiting to die for Uttarayana. And he has no hope of living in this world now. He has nothing to contribute. And he has already said bye to the world. At that time, Krishna and Yudhishthira goes and asks him, Bhishma Pitamaha, teach me dharma. At that time, Bhishma should have shooed them away, isn't it? Is this time to ask me about dharma? I am dying and I have nothing to get from the world. I am not waiting for a Padma or Samrapatra or anything. No award or reward for me. Now I am dying. Even at that time, you must be surprised to know Bhishma said, sit down. And he talked about dharma. 36,000 slokas in Mahabharata, it's on dharma, given by this dying man. Dying. And arrows are piercing his body. And he is 108 years old. And he is lying in the din and the roar of the stench of the battlefield. He did not say, I will talk only in an air-conditioned room and then, comfortable with a microphone. Because when microphone comes, everybody wants to speak. Bhishma didn't say that, bring the microphone, bring the TV and bring the tape recorder, nothing. Because it was natural to him. He doesn't have to think, he doesn't have to refer anything. No thinking, no referring, because it's all latent in him. His life was like that. So he gave 35 slokas. So don't say, I am 85 years old, 90 years old, now I have no energy at all. As you think, so you are. If you think you are old, nobody can help you. If you think you have no energy, nobody can help you. If you think you have energy, energy is there for you. So this was the teaching. In the quintessence of Bhagavad Gita teaching is these three principles. If you follow these three principles, you can experience Brahman every moment of your life. The bliss and the joy and the creativity and the poetry and the beauty of Brahman. Every moment of your life, the way you think and do and create outcomes in the world. Because this world is a project of Brahman. The world is, you are a project of Brahman. And through these many projects, Brahman is discovering and rediscovering itself. That's how we have to understand Brahman. Not as something which has nothing to do with the world. The world is a necessary condition for Brahman to manifest. to experience itself in million and one ways. So, having understood this is how we have to interpret Brahma Vidya now. We have been wrongly taught what Brahma Vidya is. Because once you realize Brahman, which is our ultimate goal, isn't it? In India, Indian tradition, ultimate goal is Brahmajnanam. But one who has understood Brahman, what will be his condition? He is not interested in anything. He doesn't think anything. He doesn't desire anything. He doesn't enjoy a movie. He doesn't enjoy a flower. He doesn't enjoy playing with the kids. He has become a dry stump of a meaningless tree. That is how it has been discussed. It is not. Look at Krishna. Krishna is a real Brahmajnani and he is all over. He is everywhere. He can dance with the gopis, he can play with the calves, and he can jump on the Kalians and dance on that, and then he can lift the mountain and he can create cities, and then whatever is there, he is ready there, he says. Because he has access to this infinite energy. So 3 principles, which is very simple. What are the 3 principles? Face the challenges, keep the mind calm as you are doing this, and then enjoy the splendor, the power of the Spirit. When Krishna told this to Arjuna, Arjuna asked a question. We have seen the first question. What are the first question? Siddha prajnasya ka bhasha samadhi. So such a person called Siddha prajna. He is not disturbed by the environment. He sees an opportunity in the environment. If you and I see a calamity in the environment, isn't it? A calamity. Everything is a calamity for you. And then you are complaining. In between you say, I am not complaining. Again you are complaining, isn't it? So therefore every situation is a calamity for you. And complaints and complaints and complaints. If you read the newspaper, complain. If you watch the TV, complain. If you talk to someone, complain. So every situation is a calamity for us. Whereas an enlightened person, every situation is an opportunity. Every situation is a learning experience for that person. So Arjuna wanted to know, is this possible? Is this possible? An idea is possible, but can you point out someone how that person will, because Arjuna was a practical person, not a theoretician. He's an army man. An army man needs action, not just theories. Theoretically it's exciting. You have to combine meditation and action, reflective action and detached engagement, all that theoretically possible. But is it practical is the question. You have not engaged in the world. You have not muddied your feet. That's why you are seeing, you are sitting in a glass house. It's very easy to say. From the sylvan surroundings of the ashram, you may say all those things, but you have to dirty your pant and you dirty your feet, then alone you will know the problem. So Arjuna wants to know a living, a man in action. That's what he wants to do. Can he be a meditating person? I hope now you are meditating, aren't you? You are listening, you are processing the information, and you are putting into the respective cortices of the brain so that later you can use it with easy access. That's what you are doing now. This is meditation. This you are now meditating. I hope you are not agitated now. I hope you are not. You are meditating now because you are listening carefully and you are connecting it with your previous experiences and knowledge. What is happening within you? This is meditation, active meditation and transformation. Because this information is transformative. Sometimes you get information, you carry the information and dump it on your wife. You reach home and call her and then dump it on her. That is not transformation. This information has to be transformative for you. You find yourself as a new person at the end of the day. You are recrafting yourself, recreating, regenerating yourself, rebirthing yourself, as they say, in the process. These words have that power. These words of the Krishna that we are discussing now. So Arjuna wanted to know a description of this person. And the question was, what was the question? Arjuna asked a question yesterday. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Samadhistasya. Samadhi. He is in samadhi. And Bhagavan wants Arjuna in samadhi and fight. Is it not a contradiction? Be in samadhi, then fight, he says. This is a contradiction. Samadhi I understand. I close my eyes and hold my hand like this and cross my legs and watch my breath and then go deep. This I understand. But in that state, how can I fight? This is the problem. This is what Krishna wants. Arjuna did not understand because he was still thinking in binary terms, either or, not in grey terms. He is still thinking in black and white terms. So that was Arjuna's problem. It's a fundamental problem in thinking. Of course, it helped him for some time in taking decision. But there are critical issues where you cannot think in these terms. These days we ask, how is he? How is your husband? Or how is your wife? Or how is your boss? What will you answer? Good or bad? Good or bad? You have to give me yes or no. Good or bad? So you can say sometimes he is good, sometimes he is bad. Isn't it? That's all what you can say. So your answer will be is neither good or bad, or is both good and bad, or is something else. It's very difficult to pinpoint, put anybody in a box. You can put a stone in a box, not a person. Because person has got infinite ways of expressing himself or herself. So Arjuna wanted to know sthita prajnasya ka bhasha, samadhistasya keshava, sthidati kim prabhashayada, will he speak? Kim asida, will he sit? If at all he sits,